In Chapter 4, we work with large documents. I have one loaded here. One of the things just to point out about a large document, which I feel you already know, is that this would be the title, and then throughout the document we have different kinds of headings. Some of them are main headings and some of them are secondary headings. And what we're going to do first is apply styles to these headings to give our documents just a little bit more structure so that it's easier to look at. So we're going to apply styles, and styles would be a way to apply several steps of formatting with one click. They're located on the Home button, and we've already used these buttons in previous chapters, but now we're going to take a look at some of the other buttons. To preview the buttons, or to preview what it looks like, you just hover over a button and you can see what it looks like if you apply that style. Now I'm going to click on the title style because this is my title, and then I just want to show you, I'll click down in sole proprietorship here, what some of the other styles might look like. This one's called subtitle, subtitle with emphasis, and if I click the drop down and hover over some of these other buttons, you get the idea of what they look like. So I'm going to apply heading 1 to this paragraph because it only applies the style to the paragraph that the insertion point is in. I'm going to go through my document and apply heading 1 and heading 2 styles. Okay, so I have that completed. And now that we have styles applied, there are many things that we can do with these styles. The first of which would be to change your style set. So if you want to have styles that look a little bit different than what the default is, you can click the Change Style button and go down to Style Set, and then it has a whole list of different style sets that you can choose from if you don't like the default one. Also, I should note that changing your theme will give you a whole different look to your styles also. So that's another thing you could do if you think that the default ones are kind of boring. I'm not going to change mine right now. I just wanted to show you where that was. So one of the nice things that you can do now that you have styles applied would be to create a table of contents. So in the References tab, all the way to the left is the Table of Contents button, and it will insert it where your insertion point lies, so you need to make sure it's where you want it. So I'm going to click Table of Contents Automatic 1, and you can see that inserted right here for me. It picked up all of the style and headings that I have applied, and that is where my page references come from. So you can see from this example that if you didn't have any styles applied, you would not be able to create a table of contents. And one of the nice things about this is if you go down and let's say you want to add some text right within this corporation section, all you would need to do to update the table of contents is select it and then click Update Table, and it will ask you, do you want to update the page numbers only or update the entire table? Usually you're just updating page numbers, but if you had added a new style, then you would click, if you'd added like a new heading and a whole new section, you would click Update the entire table. But for our purposes, I would just click Update Page Numbers Only. So that's a really nice feature, and generally you'd have a cover page and the table of contents would be on the next page, but for our purposes here I just wanted to show you how easy it is to create a table of contents and how easy also it is to apply styles and what they can do for you. There are other things in Chapter 4 that you need styles for as well, so it's definitely a good way to use the tools that Word gave you to make things easier, especially in working with large documents.